want to talk about a really cool water plant we have growing in our garden here, and that's Arrowhead or Wapato. It's again, it's an aquatic. You can see why the name Arrowhead fits. These leaves are very arrow-shaped. This is a tuberous crop, which was at least semi-cultivated in North America, and it's a water plant, so it grows in water. And here, for example, we have it's about my hand deep in water there, so maybe 15 centimeters, something like that. And we're having it growing in this tub. It's one of these cubic meters of water containers, a QB, cut in about in half. So we have about a half meter of tub here, and then it's filled with just sort of porous soil, about halfway up, and then we planted the tubers in that, and extremely low maintenance. So water gardens are really easy because all the nutrients are getting dissolved in the water for the plants to use, and of course the plants aren't lacking water. As long as you keep water in the water garden, then the plants won't ever lack water. So it's quite efficient way to grow food. And it's also this plant is also really beautiful plant. So it makes these really nice flowers. Look at these flowers. Really beautiful. And in addition to that, it creates a space for a lot of life that otherwise wouldn't be in a garden. So tons of different insects. We have dragonflies visiting this, and of course bees and such can get water here. And then you have tons of amphibians. So we have there's salamanders and frogs and toads that can use this space as well. Because you don't want to trap any amphibians in one of these. You definitely need a ramp to be able to get out, so they can crawl up these and hop out. Often the plants will actually make a good enough of a ramp so that they can hop out, but they can actually otherwise get kind of caught and drown, believe it or not. So that's an important one. So this is summer, and we'll come back in the fall when all these have died down, and get us some tubers. See how the harvest is this year. So it's fall, and we've come back to get some tubers. It's the end of October now, and we've had some hard frosts, and you can see here the arrowhead is completely died back all the way underground, which is above ground here in this water tub. And so let's. I've got a tool here. Looks like this, and this is kind of the best tool we found to dig the arrowhead out of this. Really, what needs to happen is we need to get into the soil that's in the bottom of the tub, and basically the little tubers will be released from where they are, and they'll float up to the surface. So that's basically what we're trying to do, is just kind of dig around the whole tub and get as many tubers as we can find to float up to the surface. So let's get started. There's a lot of organic matter that gets produced here, and there's actually a surplus every year in a water garden. So it's actually okay to take this out and use it in land gardens. It actually seems like there's a lot. I think I'll just take some of that first. Make it a little easier to get around in it. There's a big one. These are kind of on the bigger size. Those are pretty good eating tubers, and of course there's ones that are smaller as well. And typically we'll eat these big ones here and replant the smaller ones, because those will make a full-size plant in a new water garden or in the same one. And you just have to make sure that some of the tubers get put back in the pond, and this can keep going and going. This water garden, so you'll keep getting a harvest every year, and all the wildlife and everything that comes with it. So it's pretty fun. These can be cooked like potatoes. They're not potatoes, but they taste a little bit like potato. It's kind of a starchy tuber. It can easily fill kind of a main part of a meal, a bit floury kind of flavor, and then you can season them as you want. So you can they're pretty mild, so you can kind of put anything with them that you want. You want to scrub them quite well, because some of this kind of pond muck flavor sits on the outside, so you want to scrub. We don't peel them, but you certainly could, to make sure none of the pond flavor comes with it. So cool little root crop here, and then just sits here, and the rain fills it up again, and then on it goes. So when these are harvested, now we have to keep them for winter, and they really, there's not a whole lot of difference from this and other root crops, except that they need to be underwater. So we usually keep them in a bucket like this, and rinse them a few times with some rainwater or something, just to get a bit of the mucky water out of them. And then basically they'll just go in our root storage room like this, so that they can stay fresh all winter, fresh and cool like this. And if it seems to start to mold or anything like that during the winter, then probably want to change the water out once, maybe in the winter time. But there we have it. Arrowhead for the winter.